Hey Brian, can you hear me? Hey Apple Blonde. Hello, family friends. I'm trying to do some stuff real quick. I just have to toggle on a setting. And let's take a look. Okay. Hello, hello. Yes, you can hear me. Oh my gosh, yay. So this is the new setup for now. I will never, ever, ever move my studio again. I might change the angle. I might change the position of my monitor. The microphones to my right, which is different, I've actually had to use a, let's set this up, see how this is going to work. Trying to see if I can get more of my bags and less of my window. I might have to adjust camera. The mobility is a little different here with my desk setup. I don't have as much back swing room, which doesn't make any sense unless you know that my monitor is on an arm. And that arm can only go forward at this point because of the way the rest of it is. So this is, hello, hello. Hey, Donna. Hey, Brian. Um, wait, you were referring to me when you said beautiful, right? Jeanette, Maria, Alex, okay, Appleball saying hi to everybody. Hi, Jeanette. Um, Dee Dee, Brian. Hey, I'm just going to be here for a little while because as soon as Dacob comes on, I'm probably going to get off. I'm going to take me an entire week to get the studio set. This is not, guys, I will admit, I did not know how many bags I had. Like I said, I always said we never counted. Hey, Maria, I always said, like, there's no number. All I can tell you is that what you can see behind me is not half of them. The majority of my bags are still in the living room. None of the bags were up on the white shelves have come down. All the bags that were behind me and all the bags that were under my desk are still out there. What is in this room that came from the outside that you could see is the wood bookcase. And everything on that bookcase were things that were on bins. And that's only 3 bins. In other words, 3 bins on the shelves, 3 bins on the top. Those are small bins. I'm looking at 1, 2, 3, 4, 4, 5 bins in the room already full. And I still have probably 100 bags in my living room. When I tell you I don't have space, I don't have space. And even my husband, as lovely and gracious as he is, says, Jackie, I think you have too many bags. So there's that. Um, I'm gonna have to have blog sale just so I can reduce the herd because at this point I admit I am a hoarder. PC loving the new setup. Yeah, it's not done. It's gonna be a, hopefully you won't see the huge massive mess because it's gonna be stacked up over here where you can't see it, and hopefully I can rotate my bags out so they don't live in plastic. Um Craig says, Jackie, room is looking good. You'll get to the rest when you can. Oh, yeah, I'm just going to, the most important part was getting my medication area set up to get my stuff in my desk set up. You know, I found stuff I have been looking for months. Like, Saya sent me Amedex months ago, almost a year ago now. Can't find it. I found it. I put it somewhere safe. And I found it. I'm like, that's where I put it? Really, Jackie? Um, your room is looking gorgeous. Thank you. But you're starting to feeling better about your space. Yes, I'm feeling a lot better about my space. I feel I need to work on the living room more to get that to be a livable space again, so that it's not just a bag land. And I don't feel like I'm a renter in my own home. I don't feel like I'm just living here with a roommate. I mean, his mother really, how do you explain it? Like, she was here, but she acted like, let me see if I can get this to go a little bit lower. I think I might have to have my chair a little bit higher. She acted like it was, I don't know. It's just very, it was very weird. I'm finally getting to the point where I feel like, so when she first moved in, we were using the space of a custom office, and because it was a custom office. This where my desk is now is actually where my desk originally was put, and above my desk was built-in wall cabinetry. That wall cabinetry that was custom built and installed had to be removed, and it's now in my garage. And then James's desk that's supposed to fit the space perfectly will no longer fit in here because of the way we've had to remodel the closet area that's now an open kitchenette. It has a microwave. I'll have to do a tour with my phone so everybody can see it once I get it looking a bit better. Um, it's a long weekend here in Canada because it's Thanksgiving weekend, and I'm thankful. Yay! Happy Thanksgiving! Did you get any word from the pug? Yes. So we have. I emailed the pug people today. So we talked to the pug people. Hey, Erin. On I'm gonna get. Oh, I need to get like 3 more shelves to put in here, and I think I'll feel better about it when I do. So the pug people came, and I'm gonna eat these cookies while we're at it because it's cookie time. And we have to get coordinated with the foster parent who has the pugs we're looking at to adopt. Now, that person I emailed today, it was over the weekend. They live in Austin. This is a festival weekend in Austin. So it's over this weekend. So I'm hoping that she'll email back, you know. But the lady who coordinates had text that lady. But just because we're up and able to adopt a pet doesn't mean the foster parent is, oh, sure, let me drop everything and let me talk to you. They've been watching these dogs for 10 months. So it's, I don't know how you can, I don't think I could foster for 10 months and then just give them up. I would be a foster fail. There's no way. There's no way. I think people who can foster dogs are saints. They're doing God's work because I can't do it. I can't do it. And it gives them a really nice place to chill before they get a new home. So I'm still working on cleaning and going through garbage and finding all kinds of stuff that I was like, where did that go? Where did that go? It's been one of those. It's been a rough weekend. It's been a hard weekend. I I've had to take breaks. I've had to move stuff, swear at stuff, look at my life choices. I definitely see most of what I'm looking at is the manifestation of the death of my 2 dogs. Because I went crazy. I mean, I was shopping like a storm anyway, but I I know that a lot of my shopping problem happened because we put a lot of money into his mom's house, and then without any promise of getting anything back. And then we put a lot of money into our house for her to visit. And then her visit turned into her staying. And for 4 years, it's been really difficult to have this type of weird living situation for me. It's not been cake either for James. I mean, nobody is really good about it. Takes very special people to live with their children and parents to live with their children because parents are always parents. And even though it's our home, and she never really integrated, she always acted like this was temporary housing for her. She never acted like she was part of the household, which is completely different than how Asian families do it. Now, growing up in Thailand, I've always been with family and extended family, and the vibe is completely different. But James's family is originally from Scotland, England, very British, very formal, and very independent. So I think it was very hard for her to live here in a home that was not her home. Even though it was our joint space, her space, private space. I never walked into her space. that was her space because I felt like if she wanted to talk to us, she could come out to the common area because she's able to. And it's a common area that her space was all she had. So I wasn't going to invade it. But she never really did. Foster parent dogs and cats put them. I don't know how I feel about this tea. This is my friend's absolutely most favorite tea, and I said I'll try it. And she reluctantly gave it to me, and I'm not sure I like it. Let me find, I think I have another one. And it's because it's not really tea. It's a tea in the fact that it's in water, but it's a lavender mint. So it's lavender and mint, and it's this brand, Rishi. And it's not the fact that it's lavender or mint, but mint is a peppermint. Um, there's peppermint, sage, licorice root, lavender, um, and that's it. So tea is actually from a very specific plant. I think it's called a Camilla sensis or something. I can't pronounce it, but it's a whole different thing. So what I normally do when people are gracious and they give me their favorite herbal tea is I'll take their herbal tea, I'll try it the way it's meant to be, and then once I've tasted how it tastes, I very happily add in real tea. So I'll put English breakfast tea in with my lavender and peppermint and licorice root tea, and it will be tea. So people are like, "Oh, but it's the best." I'm like, "Okay, people who say they love tea and they only drink herbal tea," I'm like, "No, no, no, no. I think that's considered a tincture more than a tea plant." It's like, no, that's not tea. No, no, it's not. It has to have from this very specific plant. Um, I don't think Craig's going to be doing his video. I'm just happy Craig's here, guys. He's been MIA for a bit, so I'm happy he's around. English breakfast is my favorite tea, right? This one is English breakfast. English breakfast and Irish breakfast. Twinnings is a very good, very strong, extremely good flavored tea. I like something the British called builder's tea. And I'm using my Halloween mug. Yours as well? Yeah. So I'm just trying to make things the mess of my house is just insanity. It took I worked on it for 3 hours yesterday. James was able to move the desk in and set up all the electronics. And then the lighting in here, while looks good, this is an incandescent light. So I'm used to a daylight bulb, and that's incandescent. So in order for it to work, I actually have to use my bar light. I have a bar light, which is just a long bar I just knocked it over. Let me move it. There we go. That I haven't really been using, but I bought it originally before I got this really better ring light. So I have a ring light on my cam and then a bar light. You can actually see the bar light in the reflections in my glasses. But anyway, I'm gonna eat this cookie. This is from my sister. My mother sent this with her from Copenhagen. It doesn't taste any different than the ones I buy at Walgreens. Maybe it's a little bit more buttery. But these are some of my favorite cookies. Always. If I could have a cookie in my house at all times, it'd be this cookie. Any butter shortbread cookie is my cookie. Um, I actually, when we were visiting my mother when we were in Halloween, not Halloween, when we were in Lithuania, we would there. This is in the early '90s, so there wasn't really marketing and imports yet. So finding snacks, sweet snacks, was really hard. And we were out in the boondocks, so we had to cook. Mom's always been a cook your food person anyway. She's never been a go out to eat person. And but she's we didn't really know how to find baking powder or baking soda, a leavening agent, because at the time the produce and all the food and the dry goods were all in you just had to know, you know. And so we didn't know which white powder was and we didn't know how to translate because there was no Google Translate in the early '90s about what is baking powder. So, or, baking soda, bicarbonate, So the only thing we could bake that we had recipes for was shortbread because shortbread's just flour and water. It's literally flour, water, and sugar. No, actually, flour, water, butter, sugar. That's it. That's all it is. That's all it is. It's mostly butter. Right? You have to mix it, you have to knead it, you have to chill it, and then you have to make it. But when you're visiting for a whole summer and there's nothing to do, no television, no YouTube, reading books is all you gotta do. It was a wonderful way to spend the afternoon. I also learned how to make popcorn on the stovetop because there was no way to make corn. We were able to buy kernels, corn kernels, because we were at the market and we could see the corn kernels in the dry good bins. So we could get, okay, well, we have 1 kilo, you know. Good thing my mother got pretty good with learning just enough of the language in the local markets to get by. Hmm. Do you guys see Jolie's video? And I thought Kaz's video was by far, hands down, the best. No offense to anybody else's efforts, but her poems, I like, okay, you should start. I'm like, some people should just do recitals and readings, and she should just start all of her things with a limerick or a sonnet or a something because she's really good at it. um, well, good night, Brian. See y'all. Well, we'll see everybody tomorrow. This is just a short live. I just wanted to see how the setup was going to work and how everything was going to sound. Um, no big deal. Haven't watched any of them. I've been oh yeah, they're really good. Craig, I really do think Kaz is hands down the best. And she wasn't actually even able to do well, I won't spoil it. Thank you, Maya. This is my office, my front office. This is where my bag room should have always been. But we gave the front office and made it into a sitting room for my mother-in-law. But now that she's been out of the house for 10 months, and even though she hopefully will come back, we will just have to cohabitate and share this space. Because what she only and if it happens, it happens. If it doesn't, it doesn't. But I needed my living room to have me more dog friendly and less bag space. Like when we had Watson and Milo, they have been in this environment since they got here, and it gradually became bagland. Mhm. Oh, good night, Craig. Just I haven't. So anyhow, yes, please do feel better or try to feel better. It's always hard. My back has been hurting for weeks. The weather change and then moving all this stuff I know is not the best plan, but there's nothing I can do about it. I can take more medication, which is what you do, you know? It's what everybody does. You know, I took breaks, I relaxed, I laid down, I waited for it to subside. It's not as bad as spasms, so that's when you know, okay, stop all things. It's just me I have to move some stuff around. I So now that this is moved enough, I'm trying to decide what the best placement for things are because I've been in that other space for so long now. Hey, Jolie, how's it going? I loved your Actually, I loved everybody's Halloween collab. I thought it was very cool, and of course, Winnie went way overboard. You say collab and you say Halloween, and that just gave her license to go buy everything she wanted. Because she loves. I mean, her collection is to die for, in my opinion. I think she has the best Halloween Coach collection of, because she's been collecting it for a couple years now, and to have it all come out, it looked really cool. You know, well, I thought so anyway. So I'm doing some. I haven't quite figured out how I want the angles to be, so we're kind of just experimenting right now. I have a wall right next to me, and I am putting up I tape things on the wall. I really need to paint this room again, to be honest, but I don't want to. I don't care. Um, when we bought this house, I always knew this was not my forever home. I knew this was just one more home in my journey of homes. I do plan at one point, if we're still living, to end up in a um, assisted living or a retirement facility, because James and I don't have children, and I've watched too many elderly parents and stuff. Um, America is not really equipped for helping people who cannot drive themselves. So I wanted to be able to, at some point in my life, transition to a space that was better for, you know, an elderly. Because I don't know, maybe this is that space. Maybe by the time I'm at that point in life, this town will evolve. But we don't even have a hospital. So music was something else. 20 coin pouches were cute. Oh yeah. I even liked well, at least it made a lot of sense what Dawn bought, because Dawn, of course, with her cats, um I'm just getting my medication now, by the way. Um oops, but I went and looked at the what was left, and I was like, what do I want? Oh, and of course, poor Helena's video made me kind of weepy. I didn't even know she had lost her cat, and I understand how that feels, obviously, because I've lost my dogs. I'm not too happy with the way this is working. It's me. If I keep moving, I have to sit further back than I want to read this. We'll work. I'll work. I'll figure it out. We'll figure it out. Hey, Christiana. Much F is on. Oh, much of it is on sale now? Yeah. Well, okay, so I went over to the outlet, right? And I went to the outlet and I'm like, wait, what? When did they drop the lipstick print? And I was telling Dee Dee, and Dee Dee was like, girl, that's been out for a minute. I said, how did I miss that? Because they did 4 drops in a row practically. They did the sparkle drop, and this is just the outlet. This is not even the main boutique, right? So the outlet did the sparkle and then the suede. And then they did the lipstick print. You know that lipstick print that was runway only exclusive? Well, now it's sitting in the um, outlet as an outlet print, which I tell you that they were going to do, because they do that with everything. If it works well in the boutique, it's going to come, guarantee you that dragon fruit is going to be front and center next summer. I'm surprised they didn't wait to have the lipstick print come out for Valentine's Day, because it would be more, I think, more appropriate for Valentine's Day. Because they put so much stuff out, I can't keep up. Of course, Dee Dee's like, she's like, I can't. She's even Dee Dee, who was a Coach fanatic almost, is like, I'm overwhelmed, because they keep releasing and releasing and releasing. And it's cool stuff, and you want a bit of it. And the problem with Coach is you buy it when you see it, or it's gone. Either it will sell out or it lingers. The Merlot burgundy color is already at the outlet. I don't know about the burgundy color. I don't know if I haven't seen the burgundy color yet at the outlet. I think there's a red, but I don't think it's the burgundy. If you saw Jessie Styles' video today, she had a really interesting blog, and she went into a pop-up store for Coach, and she showed the Coach Empire 40 versus the 48, and it was really very pretty. I would actually pick the 48 if I could find one. Well, to be honest, I'm not paying those prices. They're too expensive. I can't. Okay, talking to you as an addict, a shopping addict, and a bag fanatic, I have so many bags I have no place to put them. And I bought a bag today. I bought 2 bags today. So there's that. One bag is a trade. I took a bag that I am not going to use, and I said, hey, would anybody will be willing to trade for this? Now, value-wise, I gave a really expensive bag for not an expensive bag. Practical-wise, I made a way better choice. So I traded one of my Teddy Blake pink tote with a Dooney vintage. and it's the Dooney vintage is this big, much better. The Teddy Blake tote is like humongous, you know. So, oops, just won a fossil and Reed Korkoff auction 35. Yay! Which Reed? Which Reed? Did you get the Atlantique or the boxer? Yeah, so it's a better trade. Like so the problem with the tote, which I do love, but do you see the totes, the amount of totes I have? Um, it's the color. It's a pale, pale pink. And if I do wear a pink, I tend to like a bright fuchsia, hot pink more than um a matte on Teddy Blake. Yeah, the leather's nice. It's a great sturdy tote. It was great for my Bible study because it fit my Bible. My Bible, which is ginormous, can fit in that Teddy Blake tote and not collapse the bag. But honestly, it's the color. It comes right down to the color. I put my Bible bag now is one of my Ralph Lauren. Actually, let me go grab it. I'll be right back. Talk amongst yourselves. So every time I go into the other room, I just come back and bring more stuff. That's how this goes. Let's see. Crossbody reed in a fossil. Nice. Finally, I bought a new pair of shoes. Oh, Sorel, tell me if you like those. Chelsea boots? Nice. Um, so this is one of those cool things I picked up at the Portland Leather Good stores. This is a like a car tote. I really really like this, but what I went to go get was the reason why I'm getting rid of that other tote is because this is the one I actually use for church. So in here I have my my notebook. This is my notebook my from I have a coffee mug, Hug and Kisses, because when I go to church I just like taking my own coffee mug. And then this is the huge Bible I'm talking about that is so huge that it can just knock over almost. And this is soft cover. It's just a large print Bible because I like to have my. It's fine. Good thing I took the coffee mug out. I like it if my Bible can just open flat. So you want a soft Bible, and I like to be able to read it, not in micro print. So, and we opened right at the Proverbs. Hello, Proverbs, and yeah. So, but I haven't been going to church for the last I don't know 2 months. So we have to get back in the groove. My life needs to get back into some semblance of normalcy again. And I talked about it this morning. I looked at my watch and I looked at my notice saying, "Hey, church started," and promptly went back to sleep and ignored it. So, yeah, that's how it's been. That's how it's been for the last several months, actually. So, we'll get back there. We'll get back there. Did I take this? No, I did not take this. Um, photo sent. Okay. Good for winter. Wow, that Bible is a beast, aren't you missing? Oh yeah, because it's a big book. I mean, it's not just the New Testament, and it's large print. The large print is what makes it so because it's still at thin paper, but it's large print. And when I'm sitting there reading, it's just easier when it's large. I'm trying to find everything, and I like to follow. I sit in the parish hall and I'll sit there and follow all of the scriptures. And then, you could do it beforehand because honestly, they give you a weekly, whatever is going to be happening. That's called planning and studying. No, you're lucky I show up. No, that's actually not a study Bible. That literally is just a large print Old and New Testament Bible. That's it. I can show you the cover. I got this is a really cool cover I got custom ordered from an Etsy shop because it's such a big um so this is the Davidians NASB Holy Bible. So it's just, New American Standard Bible, super giant Bible print. And that's it. So it's just Old and New Testament. It is a normal Bible. I do have a study Bible that is also as big as this, but there's a whole lot more stuff in there. But this is just because I want to be able to sit down and read it leisurely without having to squint, and makes it easy. It's like when I show up to church, I'm not planning to do any more homework. Exactly, right? I just like following along, and I like reading because I interpret better. I like listening and reading, and then I know what's going to happen because I have the lectionary. So they follow the lectionary, um, the church I go to. So, and everything's online. I mean, and then everything's recorded. So it's not as if there's no excuse. Honestly, there's 50 ways to do it if you want to. New American, yeah, very easy to read, much easier to understand. I'm not a huge fan of NIV, and I'm not a huge fan of. And when I was in the Episcopal Church, they used the American Standard, which I liked. And then, but it's kind of fun because in my Bible study group, when I do show up, we all have different translations. So we all kind of get what different little things people have done over time and which translation does it this way. And then somebody will have a study Bible. And then, of course, we have my Bible study is actually run by the pastor, and he actually is not only has he gone through seminary because he's a Methodist, but he has a PhD in theology. So he kind of can sit there and go right down that rabbit hole of history, and it's fun. I always like getting a historical context because it's really hard to look at something that was written 2,000 years ago and place it in today's standards when the customs and norms were so very vastly different. So it becomes a fun debate, and I'm lucky I'm with a bunch of people that let me debate because I am since I was raised pretty much as a Buddhist, I'm kind of not the normal Christian. So, and it's I'm right there to say, well, what's this and what's that and why is that? Because to me, it's like, well, that's weird. So anyway, that's my Sunday. It'll be nice to get back to my Sunday normalness. Let me show the picture that Jolie sent. And she said, ooh, oh, girl. Wait, you got both of those on the same bed? I thought you meant a piece. Look at that. Look at that beautiful color for the Reed Krakoff. And I have that bag somewhere. Huh. Um, and that fossil is the Sydney Satchel, which is cult classic. The Sydney Satchel by Fossil is one of my favorite bags Fossil makes. And honestly, it's the only bag Fossil makes that I actually know the name of. Let me show you the bag I ordered today, though. So I was doing as I do when I'm on, you know, first thing in the morning. I'm looking at, ooh, that's a pretty bag. Okay, Jackie, stop it. I'll go to Macy's, like, hey, what's on their clearance, right? And this morning they had a few bags on clearance. It's probably going to be gone. I have to go to my, yeah, it's already sold out. They throw in a few that this bag has been on, been off, been on, been off. So I think sometimes like they find some in some warehouses. Now this is still processing. So if processing means it has not shipped. Until it ships, I do not know if it's real. But this is a Radley of London, flap over medium. This is a very pale blue with these really beautiful flower appliques. And I have loved this bag since I saw it in the spring when it came out, but I didn't buy it. And I kept procrastinating and procrastinating. And it went for $100. And then because I bought so much stuff recently, um, I had $40 in Star Rewards money, and so that bag turned out to me $67 if they sent it to me. Not see this box right up there, that pink one? That pink box is full of Radley of London. Oh, Aaron, I buy from Clothes Mentor all the time, and a lot of the Clothes Mentors I buy from are actually in Florida. Or they used to have two outside of Orlando, but now there's one of them closed and one of them still there. I think it's near White something. I can't remember the name of it. Um, I love Radley bags. And you know what? I think Macy's is doing really well with them because Macy's, if you look by volume, by number of brands, items per brand, they have a huge amount of stock. They have more in Michael Kors and Radley of London. They also have a lot of Kipling and Patricia, but they have like if you go and it could just be the size of the line or the volume of the sales. It's very interesting. Um, Oki, Florida. Oshi. And I think it's well anyway, I've been to a few of them. I shop at a Clothes Mentor in Salem, Texas, and or Selma, not Salem, Selma, and I go there and I buy and trade there. My sister goes to one. They're in San Antonio area. Jennifer goes to one in San Antonio. So I have sold stuff to them. It's not a lot, but at the end of the day, sometimes I don't care. I just need to reduce that. I went and sold 21 bags to them one day, and yeah, I probably could have sold them on a live and got a better return on them, but at some point, I just needed them to leave my home. Um, oh gosh, Maya, no, I have not. I have not started a bag count. I am terrified. I really am because I did not realize how many bags I had. I really didn't. I knew I had a lot. I knew it was excessive. I know by how many videos I post and how many videos involve a new bag every time and how many that I have had a lot of bags. And I know that I've gotten rid of this year alone probably 50. But I could have another 100 bags leave my house and it would still not I would probably not notice. Hmm. Yeah. Hey, Grace. I love Radley London bags. I think they're really pretty. I think they're um, nice quality. I think they're gorgeous bags. I try to stick with American brands because that's just my kind of me. I like Michael Kors, Kate Spade, and Coach, but at the same time, when something as pretty as Aspinall London or you know those bags, I still Radley are nice. I like them. Little doggy emblem, yes. The Scotty dog is it's oh, you know what's in here that's bugging me? The licorice root. I keep drinking this and I keep thinking, what is that that makes it so peppermint by itself is kind of a nice flavor. The lavender is fine, but I bet it's the licorice root that gives it that little bit of heat. Kind of like if you put ginger in a tea, that type of heat. She'd probably sell instead. Um, Hi puppy. Um, hey Alyssa. Yes, yes. This is in my front bedroom. This is originally a 4-bedroom house. This bedroom had always been a guest bedroom. And hey, Melissa's corner. And then we turned it into this is our custom office during the pandemic times. And then when his mother moved in, we still use it as an office until we had to go back to our physical office. And then this became her sitting room. But now that she's been out of the house and in a facility for 10 months, I figured I'm taking back the space. I need the space. And if she does come back, we can just share the space. She really only uses this room to watch television anyway. And she has a television in her room. So she would come over here and eat because it's a little kitchenette, so she didn't have to eat in her bedroom. It's nice to have a dining room, of any kind. But the way it is, I hope that doesn't come across as rude. Maya, no, she'd probably sell. I don't. Have you thought about donating some bags to your local women's shelter? Oh, I missed that. Yeah, no, no, that's not rude. No, no, I've thought about that too. I was talking to my friend about that today because actually, what I do is I normally donate to the Goodwill, but mainly because where I live, again, rural, there isn't a women's shelter. We don't have one. But there is one in the town next door. So I might do that instead of going to the Goodwill because as somebody else pointed out, the Goodwill has they have a lot of stock. They're fine. So if I can give bags that are still usable to the women's shelter, and I actually donate a lot of bags I'm on a give free give free gift trade kind of a group for the county I live in, and I've given away several bags that way just for people saying, "Hey, I have a new job, I need clothes," or does anybody have XYZ? And I'll say, "Oh yeah, I have this," and I'll give them a bag. I do that a lot, mainly because I have so many. You know, yeah. And here's the thing, it's like the Teddy Blake bags. I said, okay, I would sell this for $100. This bag is a $300 bag. Okay, um, buying it off the website, if it was still available, would be $200 on sale, super sale, because it normally retailed for over $300. Um, Nobody wanted to buy it. So in the Discord group I'm in, I said, okay, well, anybody want to trade for one? I'm not. Everybody has a bag they're not using somewhere, right? And since I'm a Dooney collector, I said, hey, will somebody trade a Dooney that's laying around your house for this Teddy Blake bag that I'm not going to use? And they said yes, and I traded it, so that worked out well. But it still doesn't help that every bag that comes in, I'm thinking I need to get rid of 5 because I have so many. Um, Now, yes, we do have a window. We do have a window, and I love English brands too. Yeah, I have actually, Grace, I have an Oraton bag that actually I think was made in Australia because it's vintage. But so I like looking at British brands. I like looking at different brands. So if you watch James Jam, she did a Cambridge Satchel. The Cambridge Satchel Company did a collab with Wicked. So they have the pink and green. Um, I think her name's Elphaba. Whoever. I've read the book. I've watched the play. I'm not a huge fan. I'm not a huge fan of that author. So although the play is nice, it's I don't love it. You know. Um, Honestly, The Wizard of Oz starts off with the house falling on the witch. Hmm. So anyway, I'm not a huge Wizard of Oz fan either. I know, sacrilege. But James Jam is. So she got the Wicked collab, and I'm kind of hoping Meredith might, because Meredith is also a huge Wicked fan, but that bag is not made nearly as well as the Royal Opera House one. It's more of a unfinished craft, versus a lot of Meredith's bags are, they're all high end. I don't even think she has a Coach bag in her collection. Does anybody know? Does Meredith even have a Coach bag? I don't think so. I know she has a Coach Charm because Winnie gave it to her. So anyway, I've been watching a bunch of YouTube today, moving bags, doing things, nothing crazy, just trying to get this space. Ugh. So many bags, and I can't. You would think it would make it easier for me to let go of them. It's not. It's actually harder. It's harder because I look at oh, I love this bag and I need to use it. And oh, where am I going to put it? That's what happens to me every day. This is called, too many nice things. It's, anyhow, hi, Monarch. Yeah, that's an Aussie. Yeah, it is the Oraton brand. But um, Jessie Stiles' video today said she thinks that it's not made in Australia anymore. Yeah, the vintage ones. Yeah, mine's vintage, so mine is, but I don't think the new ones are. But who knows? I mean, it makes more sense that you have um, bags made where the tanneries are, because leather tanning is an intense kind of deal, and it's really oh, look, I have my little pouch from Alyssa. I was moving stuff around. This is my Chanel wallet that I moved out of, and I'm using a teeny tiny little wallet right now. Oh, I should show you the bag I'm using today. Oh, I'm trying to move some things, give myself some more space. I plan to do a video battle of the satchels, because I have one of their years collected bags from Cambridge. Oh, competitors? Nice. We talked to the coordinator, so we're gonna be talking to, hopefully we'll get, well, not too quickly, because I need to get my front room pug friendly. I need to get all the bags out of there. Um, Literally, I could have an entire pile of bags in here, because that's just how many bags I have. Mm. So I have been in this bag for 3 days, and I'll probably carry it tomorrow, just because this is this is one of the bags that is, I have to be careful with, because this style bag is a bag I can live in. Once I get into one of these bags, this is a Smith bag, but this is a nylon by Dooney, I will just stay in these bags. These are my favorite to carry, favorite to use, love them. Every time I see them, I have to buy one, to the point I think I have 3 or 4 of them. Yeah, I have 2 fabric ones and 2 leather, 2 fabric, 2 Florentine, and 1 pebbled, I think. You know, so, but this is my Labubu charm over here with Stitch, and my cactus. Um, I unboxed it. So I love this bag. I need to clean this. Anyway, I love this bag. I used it for 3 days, and it's easy to carry. Super. It is super lightweight. Oh, they used to have tanneries there too? Yeah. Well, tanneries are toxic. They used to be toxic. There's a lot of water involved in tanneries. Even if there's a lot of control and chemical control, and it's still a labor and processing, and a lot of, it's like kind of like nobody wants to live near the slaughterhouse, nobody wants to live near the dump, and nobody wants to live near the tannery, honestly. It's because it's not a pleasant environment for anybody. Um, Even in the most, there's a lot of chemicals. Anyhow, moving on to different topics. Even the UGG boots. Oh, there are a few companies that their UGGs that are made here completely, but they're struggling. Wow. Yeah. I do have one UGG bag left. I need to throw this away. I keep finding I hoard boxes. I hoard boxes. So I have to remember to throw them away. Like, you're never gonna use it again. Just throw it away. Just, you know. And I have to open them all to make sure there's nothing in them. And I also found my stash of how many different phone cases does Jackie have, you know? And I found a new one. I hadn't even opened it yet. I had bought a bunch of phone cases to change out my phones whenever I felt like it, or give my phone a different look, and then I promptly put them someplace and they can't find them. Now I'm looking through it. I'm like, oh, there it is. Oh, here's the pouch for that Teddy. This is the pink of that Teddy Blake tote that I'm sending off. I should pack it tonight, but I'm not going to. I'm tired. Um, I'm too tired to sit here and think about trying to find packing materials and wrapping materials, and I can't even get it mailed out tomorrow anyway. We are going, work tomorrow will be interesting. I guess work's always interesting, but Mondays are always more interesting. And here's one of my little cute items. I love Donald. And then my little Fendi, what is this called? Micro peekaboo? This baby needs some leather conditioner. She's been hanging out for a while, and she's getting a little bit on the dry side. Aha! Here we go. Adorable. Isn't it cute? I got this from Ed. We traded. I traded something, I can't remember what. I think I traded one of my, Ed and Winnie are very much like revolving doors of bags. They get tired of something pretty quick. So he got this, he restored it. He didn't like the way it came out because he wanted it to come out a different way. And I loved it. I thought this was the cutest thing I'd ever seen. And I didn't care that he had color corrected it. I'm like, no, I'm cool. I'm fine with it. But now it's been sitting here for, well, many, many months. And it definitely feels dry. Don't have, oh, we don't actually have Columbus Day off. I know, as a state employee, you would think I'd have that day off. This is the one of the very few state days I don't have off. My sister does, and it doesn't even matter because so many people will take it off anyhow because their children have it off. You know how many, like, when I was a kid, it never occurred to me how inconvenient holidays during the week were when you have family, especially if my dad was a single dad, how we were taken care of because, you know, mom and dad still have to go work, you know, and kids are like, oh yeah, we had the day off. So we're like, yay, day off. And mom and dad are like, oh dear, and we didn't have daycare back then. Like we had a nanny until we were 11, 12, and at 12, dad said, you're old enough to take care of yourselves. Basically, I mean, until he got home at night. So that's how we were latchkey kids. I don't think kids do that anymore. Well, most parents don't do that anymore. I don't think. Isn't that cute? So now we are moisturized. We can be put to the side for a little bit longer. Isn't it adorable? I know. It's been color corrected. It has a little bit of you can see the wear on the corners. You see it pop up. And he did some color cream on it, so I think it's cute. I have to ask him what he used because it could use a little bit more color correction. But he didn't like the way it came out, so he traded it off for something else. And then what he traded it off for, he ended up selling anyway. Because he's I know we're always, I mean, it's smarter. I should be selling off things more too, or getting rid of things or moving things along, something other than hoarding them. I feel like a bag hoarder, because I am a bag. Yeah, especially when I'm trying, and I know it's the worst right now when you're trying to make things be neat. You have to make this giant mess first. That's just the way it is. This is a jewelry cleaning cloth. And I'm gonna clean the metal real quick. Does anybody else have Fendi bags? I like Fendi bags. I really want a large Fendi peekaboo, but Craig says that the large Fendi peekaboo is really heavy, like ridiculously heavy. And he knows he has a Birkin 40. He says, no, Jackie, the Fendi large peekaboo is ridiculously heavy. And I've always wanted a mama baguette, and now that they're coming back with them again, maybe I will someday. I don't know. I like Italian brands. Oh yeah, Morel. Me too. Who doesn't? Like I love Italian brands. The leather, because that's where the leather is tanned. The leather I've gotten for bags that have been made in India, the leather tends to be a little thinner or a little thicker. It's not that super refined, which is strange because you think it would be since most everything's processed there anyway. But the ones that are in Italy tend to be a little bit more refined. You have ooh, you have the large peekaboo? Okay, Melissa, so do you think it's heavy? Joshaby says it's very heavy. I have several of the Fendi bags. Yeah, see, and that's why. Yeah, heavy. Yeah, right. Yeah. Taking medication with warm tea is a bad plan, but I didn't want to have to get up and go get another drink. So, yeah. Oh, I haven't tried a Fendi First. Um, I want a peekaboo and a Fendi First Apple Blonde. I want um a Mama Baguette, but honestly, I don't come for me. It's just my personal opinion. I don't like the Zuka print. I never have. I've never liked it. And it's kind of that same vibe as the MK monogram. It's that super uniform blockiness. I think I like a staggeredness of a print more than like the Dooney and Burke doesn't bother me, their monogram, but I did take the tag off the bottom of my cup. Oh well. Vintage. Yeah, I like so when it comes to Fendi, I like their leather that's not monogrammed. And the thing is, they'll monogram the interior with their Zuka print because that's what they're known for. But I don't really like that print, so that's kept me away from it. But I do, if you guys watch Gwenny, Style by Gwenny today, she did her, or not today, but this weekend, she did a video on her Marc Jacobs collection that she got when she was in New York. She got a really cute um the mini bag, and I hadn't seen the mini bag, and I thought that was. I know that Mim, Missy has the mini bag, but I've never really looked at it, and I was like, oh, that's cute. Um, Grace says my first Fendi is a Mama Baguette, but the monogram is on the inside and the outsides are stripes. Oh, that is the vintage one. That's totally the vintage one. Yeah. I'm not a huge Lagerfeld fan. I'm not really hugely I'm not attracted to his designs. I'm not even attracted to stuff he did when he was, you know, for Chanel or Fendi. He just never really I admire what he's done. I think but he's never appealed to me personally, like with the his designs. Like sometimes, weirdly enough, I can gravitate toward the Marc Jacob design and didn't even know Marc Jacob did it, and I can do that also with Michael Kors. So somehow those two designers, when they design something, I won't even know they designed it, and I'll pick up on it, right? Like. Well, I won't pick up on it. I'll say, I love that bag. And somebody will tell me, oh, did you know Michael Kors did that when he was working for XYZ? And I'm like, wait, what? Um, Grace says, yeah, I don't like the silky print. I just don't like the FFs. It's just, and I wear branding, guys. I'm a Coach. I wear Dooney. I have no fear of showing my love for a brand. Um, I don't own anything in Zuka except on the inside. Yeah. And when I say there's some monograms I don't like, there's some monograms, Marc Jacobs. Well, you remember when he did the black and white interior, and I don't like that interior with his own name. I don't like that either. So just the look. Jennifer says, I thought you recently bought Lagerfeld jeans. Oh, no, I love Lagerfeld jeans. Okay, that's true. Jennifer, that's true. Now, the Lagerfeld jeans I bought, I love. I love those jeans. But this is the first piece of clothing I've ever bought from Lagerfeld. I guess I should amend that with Lagerfeld leather goods. Their bags. I've looked at Lagerfeld bags for years, even when Lagerfeld was being carried at Neiman's, like, the higher end stuff. It's always interested me, but it's never gotten me there. I've never thought, oh, I want that bag. But I do have the Lagerfeld jeans. I have to hem them. Oh, and insult to injury, I bought those shoes for 90 bucks and they went on sale for $77. I'm like, what? You know, I used to work at Barney's New York and I purchased just about all designer bags you can imagine. I also have all Marc Jacobs bags from years ago. Nice. That's awesome. That is so cool. That would be like a dream. I would love to get my hands on an old school Donna Karan, like from what back in the 80s, Donna Karan. Like I also would like to get my hands on a Betsy Johnson. Um I do have the jeans. Yeah. I have the jeans. They're in the other room. I have to hem them because they're too long, but they actually fit me and I love them. Now I contemplated about sending them back, but I love them. It's like, no, I don't care if they're fussy and difficult to deal with. Speaking of that, hey Melissa, I have to do laundry. I keep putting that off. James is like, Jackie, do it tomorrow. I'm like, yeah, well, tomorrow we have to work, and then I come back and do another live. So, yeah. And I do have one more box to unbox, but I'm waiting until I finish that's my reward for finishing putting my studio together. So once my living room is a living room again and not a bag land and all my bags come here, because I still have to move some bookcases. Like in that corner in the camera, this corner right here, that's gonna have some of the white book cubes in there. And that bookcase that you kind of see but not really is going to be moved to the other wall. And I do have enough space on the wall over here to put bags, but I don't think it's worth the effort to move the bookcases. Those Kallax IKEA bookcases aren't really ideal. The best ones really for me are actually these industrial looking ones. These work much better for me for storing bags. Um, Thank you, Christiana. Oh yeah. And so I have to play around with the display and it was kind of nice. I found some bags I forgot I owned. Found a bag I remembered I owned and couldn't find. Finally found the cleaning solution that Saya has sent me months ago that I put somewhere safe. Found the safe spot. Found it because I had to move everything, and I'm still moving everything. So anyway, I think I just saw a notice pop up. Nope. So anyhow, it's just one of those slow progress things. Took a lot of naps. We went to go visit a friend today. We went down to San Antonio and they were having a birthday party. And I went there. We showed up like, oh, whose birthday is this? It's their dog's birthday. Oh my gosh. So they have three dogs. Well, okay. They're my friends, these are the friends that went with us to Disney. So they're twins and so they brought their dogs to one house and they were doing a big family barbecue and a birthday party for all three of their dogs because the Lopez's have two of the dogs and the Euksteds have the other dog. So and they're all kind of within this 2 months of each other. And so we went to the birthday party for the puppies. Oh my God, these dogs are just so freaking adorable. I have to show you this. Let me see if I can do this without showing any peoples. There we go. This might be the best one. So if you can see, come on, focus. These are golden doodles. So they're poodles. They're only 1 years old. So the white one's called Marshmallow. And then there's Luna and Bruno. And they are so freaking cute. And look at this party hat. Marshmallow's wearing a party hat. So freaking cute. We had so much fun. Um, Yeah, I'm gonna keep them for sure, those jeans. These these dogs are so cute. They were so chill and calm, and they're like, okay, I'll put the hat on, Mom. You know, let me see if I can. I have this weird motion thing, so motion photo. And this is in front of their house. I think this is the coolest Halloween decoration I have ever seen. Do you see this? A skeleton sunbathing in Texas? I think it's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Um, yes. It's easier for me to see the bigger bags. Like I could always see my bags. I had a wall I could see them in, but I really couldn't see all of my Disney bags, and that was really one of the things I wanted to do was put all my Disney totes together. And what I realized was I'd never put them lined them all up, and as I'm doing that, I'm like, well, no wonder this one's a better fit. That's a different size bag. Um, how many bookcases do you have total? I can't count. I really can't because they're modular. So some of them are 2 by 2, 4 by 4, 6 by, or 4 by. I think there's one that's super big, but most of the KLX bookcases were meant for our board games. So I took some bag space from our board game space. So I need to rearrange my living room again to get the bookcases back to where they should be, and then all the board games back because we have more board games than bags, but board games are small. They're little rectangular boxes. They're not giant tote bags. So I need to get the that's why it's kind of like taking forever. And we've always kind of had this. And guys, this isn't my book collection. My book collection has never been unboxed. When I moved from my other house, we moved here 8 years ago. I left my books in my garage. So in my garage, I have an entire wall of bookcases in my garage too. So with books in them because I've always been a collector of things, and books were my first love. And then James used to collect VHS tapes, and then we pared those down. And I pared down a lot of my books because now I've moved on to digital books, but then I still have a lot of my print books. And then we also have records. We still have records, um, and all the record players and all that other stuff. So we have board games, we have books, and we have bags. And James has also video games. Luckily, his digital archives, because video games are now all digital, makes it a lot easier. So you don't see the massive amount of, you know, games he owns because they're all in the digital space. But he needs to buy another computer. His computer died a horrible death, and the company says that they could fix it for $1,500. And we bought the computer 2 years ago for $2,000, and I'm like, no, we're not spending $1,500 to replace one part in this computer. I promise you, we're not going to be buying that brand again. And it's sad because it's a good brand. It used to be a good brand, but yeah, it's a gamble. You never know. Sometimes you can have a computer, it lasts for 10 years. Sometimes you're lucky if it lasts for two. His barely last one. And we didn't buy the extended warranty on it. We should have, but we normally never had issues. So I don't know. He's not really into. He doesn't have enough time to do what he wants to do as it is. Jolie, yes, I think it was Alienware. Yeah, I think it was Alienware. No, Razer? Is Razer made by Alienware? But no, he's pissed off about it. It's still an okay computer. It's just the processor. It can't keep up with the games that he's playing now. So he can play some games. It still can be a computer. It's still a computer. It just can't do what he bought it to do because of the processor. And he's been having issues with it. He even bought extra RAM. He put in extra. I mean, he did all the things he could to make it as beefy as he could. And yeah, so and on my computer is an Acer. It's just a $600. I think it might even be $300 Acer. Between $300 and $600. It's just there to. I got sick of chasing video cards and processors, right? And that's the. But see, some of his favorite games are computer games on Steam. But he also has a Steam Deck, Jolie. He has $1,000 essentially computer. But again, it can't play everything, and he has a simulator, but I think that's the crux of the problem, is the simulator he has needs to have a better computer. So, It's a never-ending cycle. So my thousands and hundreds of dollars worth of purchases take up more space and live a long life. His thousands of dollars of purchases take up small space and live a very short life. Well, anyway, it is 8 o'clock in the evening, guys. I've been on here for an hour. I did not even mean to. I'm gonna be back tomorrow. Thank you for hanging out with me. Thank you for spending your Sunday with me. Thank you for being my members. I know I haven't done any special member things this week, but I'll get back there. Um, we'll do a few more, members only things, and I'll be back tomorrow with another live and probably just hang out and chit chat because let's hope I don't have any more packages at the door because James will give me that look, the look of like, excuse me, ma'am, more bags. Where are you going to put those bags? Good night, everybody. Have a great night and see you tomorrow.